like why it's happening. It's not like ooh, like in
Ooh,
like the Silent Hills can be. So
spooky season. All right, we're going live in 5, 4.
so much enthusiasm with it too. I feel like I have to scream as I come out. Welcome to 8-Bit Opinions. My name is Fosman. I'm here joined by three of my best friends, aka the boys, aka Zidane,
What's up?
B-Mel,
Stan.
and B-Mel aka Stanley, aka Andrew.
Don't say that.
And Nosferatu Cam. Or aka some guy. And this is our podcast where we talk about gaming news, gaming stuff, like, invisible walls, health bars, whatever we want to talk about, and just general shenanigans. How you guys doing today?
I am fantastic, sir. Thank you for asking. How are you, Foz?
I'm doing well. I'm doing pretty good. I'm actually doing really good because I have basically just there's two games I've been playing lately, not a whole lot, but I've been playing WoW because I'm like getting ready for the pre-patch. You're like, of course.
Yeah.
But you know why I'm stoked, Zidane? Do you remember that mount I was telling you about?
Vaguely, yes.
Vaguely. So Mimiron's head from Ulduar, it fucking dropped for me. So I have that mount now. I'm super excited. It's like a 1% drop rate.
Is that the flying robot head?
Yeah.
Color? That's badass.
Yeah, dude.
That is totally sick.
I got it, and I didn't even farm Yogg like that much, really. I mean, overall, I have like a lot of kills like from previous expansions and whatnot, but like I only recently started farming it again, obviously, because I got like a sub. So I was like super duper happy to get that mount. And as soon as I got it, dude, I just went to org and I stood in front of the mailbox and I just hopped on it and then I just walked away from my computer.
Brag, man.
Dude, that's the best thing about WoW.
Bragging about a 4 expansion back. Now, no, it is really badass.
1% drop. That's
I
hard to
don't
get.
see a lot of people with it.
I wish I had it. I don't even play retail.
Yeah, but I mean that's like my favorite thing about MMOs.
So you're talking retail right now, right?
Yeah.
That's the so this is pre-patch for Shadowlands?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's coming out in the pre-patch here?
So it actually got I'm kind of bummed because it was supposed to, so the actual expansion got like put out like a while longer.
Delayed.
I guess Blizzard has like some extra stuff they got to polish up, which I'm surprised. I thought if anything they would just rush it out and like even if it is unfinished, kind of like what they did with BFA and stuff. But they actually they're not doing that. They're like actually, in my opinion, making the right choice, which I like. But anyways, so in the pre-patch, which is coming on the 13th next Tuesday, they have like new character customization, which I'm really fucking excited for. You can make all your characters in WoW look like so fucking badass now. There's like so many options. And for like all the races too, pretty much all the races get like a bunch of really cool stuff. Like a small example would be Undead. You know how their bones stick out and it's fucking nasty? So you can actually have like a flesh, like no bones undead. So like they're totally filled out so that if you're wearing like armor, I think Cameron, we talked about this once, is like, you know how there's the bone cut off at like the knee?
Yeah.
And the worst one's the toe bones.
Yeah. Yeah. So like that's totally gone. If so, like I think a play undead would actually be pretty badass now because it's like a full set of armor, not all fucked up and stuff, and big boots, and I like big plate boots. But yeah, Stan. So that's like one of the main things with, and then there's always like a pre-expansion like event that happens, And
Okay.
so I think this one is going to be kind of like the Wrath of the Lich King one, which was basically kind of like a zombie invasion. So yeah, and then there's a
Zombie
couple.
invasion. Walk me through that one. Like zombies rushing Orgrimmar or something?
Yeah, and
It's
Stormwind.
cool.
Really? What were the zombies? Were they just like the generic undead model?
Yeah, so like not the player character model, but that I'm trying to think if it's in classic. So Cameron, you know the Death Knight spell Raise Undead, and you know the model that is. So that's the
Yeah.
model that they use.
Like
Is
it's
that
like a
in
ghouly undead.
a ghoul? Exactly. Yeah. Is
Yeah.
that in? I don't think
I
that's
don't think
in
that's in.
classic.
I don't even think that's in anything till Lich King. I think that's unique to Lich King.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like I don't think it's in classic at all. But yeah,
I'll
so
use my
that
imagination.
yeah, so that's the model they use. But yeah, it's just like a zombie invasion. People can even like play your characters. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be kind of a copy and paste from the Lich King one. So like players can turn into zombies and shit. Because the new expansion deals with like death and the afterlife. So like
Mhm.
Deep
so like
subjects.
that's why it's gonna right? The lore
That's
of
kind
it
of weird
looks
because
really weird.
you die an awful lot in WoW
Yeah. Like
to
every
do
10
anything to
seconds.
that process.
So that's kind of like
So
what
does
they
that make the death process any more irritating?
I have to
No.
walk 50 minutes to my body.
Like all this undead stuff, it's not like
Retail death isn't as bad as classic.
No.
Mm.
Um
I don't remember
Especially-
what happens in retail when you die.
especially in like the Barrens, dude.
Yeah, what
Jesus.
what happens in retail when you die? I remember it being a lot easier. Don't you get like a flying mount?
Well, if you're in a flying zone. But the reason for that is because in retail, well, this is like my understanding of it. So in retail, maps and areas are more vertical, right? In classic, you can't what? I mean
Funny. I know.
He's illustrating with his hands. Leave the man
I know.
alone.
It's just silly.
in classic it's like
There's no verticality in classic.
horizontal, yeah, and it's vertical. So if you didn't have a flying mount on your like when you die, I mean that was even in Lich King actually, you go to ICC and fly in.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, that was wild, but it was just crazy to go that fast. Because in classic, you're just walking normal run speed. I'm pretty sure.
right. But anyways, I think that's why they have the flying mount in retail, because you could literally die on top of a mountain and not be able to.
Get the heck out. Get the heck back.
But in the thing that's hardest in retail or classic about dying is that you like it's a fucking long walk, especially depending on the map. So like Dark Shore or Crossroads is the Barrens,
Mhm.
places like that. You die, the fucking walk is like across the whole land.
Those are awful.
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
And res sickness if you want to skip the walk and just hearth.
Yep.
At level 60, when you're raid kitted, that's like a 5 gold hit right there.
Yep.
That's-
So anyways,
That's
that
my alt
is
F4.
Yep.
so anyways, that's basically what the expansion is dealing with. I think, like I said, I think the lore of it is pretty whack. Like, I don't think I'm gonna like it, and I'm like a big WoW lore guy. But, I mean, maybe I will. I don't know, but from what I see so far, it looks bad in my opinion. But like the hopefully, what I'm hoping is that the gameplay and like the customization will be fun, and like the new leveling system. Like they're literally bringing the level cap back down to 60. And the
Mhm.
stat squishing again, like they did in Cataclysm. And what they're also doing is changing like the leveling experience to where you can basically you get to like level 10 and then you can go anywhere you want. So if you want to
Okay.
go to so if you want to go to like classic zones or
Okay.
Outland, Northrend, all the way up to excluding the new Shadowlands expansion zone, you can do that. So I think all that looks really fun. and then hopefully there'll be like fun raids and mythic dungeons.
Can you imagine
I know I
if
saw
like
Jack playing it.
could you imagine if like in retail you had that classic mechanic of exploring, or like as you level you still have to walk to every place. You'd have to like walk all the way across Kalimdor, find a
Yeah.
guy on a boat on a shore somewhere. He takes you to another continent. You have to walk all over that and find the flight path. I mean,
No.
travel is such a big deal in WoW Classic. I remember Cameron and I lost a dungeon group because Cameron spent like an hour walking from Stranglethorn Vale all the way up to Oldemon or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah,
know
I think it
sounds
was
right.
that's the one in the Badlands, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So we got this awesome group together, and then like we all had the flight path but him, and his closest
just
one was STV or
fucked it.
something. Yeah.
I
And
had
they
to do
waited for like
Asshole.
45 minutes too.
Wow, that was actually pretty
Yeah,
kind
hey
of them.
Cameron, maybe be more prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
And we'd
sorry,
been
team.
we had been sitting there idling for so long too.
You could have been
Looking
running the
for a
whole time.
I've been in some dungeon groups pretty intoxicated to where I just couldn't even heal, and I feel like that was probably added to that night as well.
I believe it.
Wasn't I in that? Because I was in Oldemon one of the times that we went, and I remember one time Cameron was so fucked up he was like falling asleep at the keyboard.
I believe
didn't
that. I
even
believe
finish-
that too.
Although to be fair, we got through most of it, but like Oldemon is one of those dungeons in Classic where it has like a huge level. I'm just talking with my hands now, by the way, all the time.
I
Like,
love it. I love it.
I have like there's like a I mean illustrators like there's a huge level disparity in Oldemon. Like it literally goes from level like 41 and then the final boss is like level 51. Do you guys know what I mean? Like the mobs get so
Yeah.
tough. So a lot of dungeons it's like 3 to 4 levels, but so you can kind of power through it even if you're a little underpowered. But
Mhm.
if you go into Oldemon early, you're gonna not be able to finish.
Yeah. I did it at like level 43 on my mage and we didn't finish.
Yeah. So if they all like 43-ish Stan?
We were in the ballpark. I think the highest there was like 47 or 48.
Yeah, it's tough to do it's tough to do it if you've got some 44s in there to
Yeah.
do the whole thing. But yeah,
Wow.
it's
Wow.
exciting. I'm excited and I'm even more but fuck all that Shadowlands stuff, dude. I got Mimorun's head. Fuck yeah. 1% drop rate, baby.
Do you know what?
So anyway, that's WoW. There are other games, right?
So the other game that I started playing just like a little bit and I actually
Yeah.
really like it a lot. It's called Genshin Impact.
What the hell
And
is
it's
that?
basically it's like I would call it plays exactly like Breath of the Wild, except you have like
I've seen this.
yeah, except you have like a bunch of different characters you can play as. And I love games where you can play like as a bunch of different characters and heroes and stuff and legends. So like I think it's a really fun game. It's like open world. It's beautiful as fuck. The music's amazing, the aesthetic, and it really truly is like a Breath of the Wild clone. But you can also get like characters, and that's the fun part is like comboing with your characters, like elements and stuff. It's a really and yeah, it's just a really cool game.
What was the name of it again?
Genshin Impact.
What's it on? What are you playing?
Dude,
it on?
I don't want to judge a book by its cover, but I looked this thing up and its URL is genshin.mihoyo.com.
.mihoyo.
What's a Mihoyo?
MiHoYo.
No one
is-
knows.
Minoy, Minoy,
Well, it's a it's
Oh,
a
and it's one of
Japanese
those-
Japanese game, right? So
Ah.
like it goes.
Oh yeah, that's definitely Weeby.
Dude, I don't think they had to go through all that. Like they got
MiHoYo is like it's a Japanese like almost like a I don't want to say like a face like
is it like the publisher or something?
No.
Like a media manager?
How did you find this game?
Yeah, something like that.
Heard of this game?
Yeah, I've never heard of it. How did
Sorry,
you
I
find
make it kind of like a rule that I don't touch my computer. Hang out. I'm here to hang out, team. Is one of the characters like have blue hair? Like, it looks like Breath of the Wild, but a little bit more like stylized.
Is it a male character?
Yeah.
Then yeah, I think yeah.
Okay, I'm 90% sure I know what you're talking about, and I'd play the fuck out of the game.
You
Like,
would?
What? Yeah. What's it on? I didn't know that was out yet.
You can play it on. You can play it on like
PC.
You can even you can play PC, PlayStation 4, and even like certain Android and iOS phones.
Is it free?
Really?
Okay. Tell me the name of it again. I'm so sorry.
Genshin Impact.
Is it free?
Have you played Hong? Yes, I said that too.
Well, excuse me.
Are you thinking of Hong Koi Impact, Cameron, which is like the last game they made?
No, this is what I'm thinking of. Although after googling it and seeing the picture of like a bunch of women, and it looks much more weeby than I thought it was gonna be, but like it still looks fun. I mean, fuck, give me an open world game, run around.
It's a Japanese game, right?
That's what they do over there, man.
It's basically a waifu collecting, waifu and husbando collecting.
That's Bondo.
Waifu Hunter 3D.
Pretty much.
Let's create that IP.
Well, everyone in a Japanese game is beautiful, man. That's just how it goes.
Everyone's beautiful. What are you saying?
Regardless.
What do you mean? I'm saying what I said. Like, look at the characters in Genshin Impact. Like, just look at all the characters. None of them are ugly.
My computers now.
So I've been playing a game.
I would say there are some ugly characters in Japanese games because you remember, I mean, Wind Waker, Japanese game, but like huge, pretty westernized. Remember like the snot-nosed little kids, like how fucking cartoony they would get portraying some people.
Yes.
They do that in games too. I'm sure there's some like fat, ugly, nasty anime character in a game.
I consider that game like different from like this.
That's like the antagonist.
Like genre though. I do.
I mean, are there no antagonists in this game?
I would assume there would be.
There's just a whole bunch of blonde girls on the cover.
That's all I saw too. I was like, what?
So you said you were gonna bring up a game, Cam. What was the?
Yeah. So Foz has told us the games he's played. So last podcast we talked. Well, Stan specifically talked about saying, well, next time we're here, I'm gonna be saying, well, I've been playing this because now since he's done it, I've been doing it too because he got us all mods, and we're playing Morrowind, and it's actually super cool. Like, just because I mean, I've only explored a little. I've not played a lot, like 2-3 hours, but like I've explored a little bit, and it's just cool because it feels like an Elder Scrolls game because obviously it's an Elder Scrolls game, but like it's just different. Something I've never experienced. It's like I get to experience a whole new Elder Scrolls game right now. I'm so excited. It's a little rough, but I can deal.
I was gonna say it's really hard for me to want to play that game.
Dude, just having multiple ways to attack, like magic has seemed to be pretty dang good.
Can we show the screenshot that I posted in the Discord?
No, it'll mess up all of our cameras.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're right.
He can put it over in After Effects.
Yeah.
But
we'll do it in post.
Yeah. So what you're seeing now, this is modded Skyrim from Stanley. Yeah, he made all that.
That was
not
Skyrim.
Talk about Morrowind. Get it straight.
Damn it, Todd Howard made you say Skyrim again.
Yeah, I know. It just works.
Fuck that game.
And then I've been playing some pub, and that's been a lot of fun too. It's like there's something else I was playing, but I can't remember. Pub.
I will briefly talk about what I've been playing here in the past couple of days. It's called Oxygen Not Included, from the makers of Darkest Dungeon, excuse me. It's like a management, like survival colony thing. I'm a sucker for the way a game looks. it doesn't have to be graphically impressive, but the artistic style behind it, if it looks something like The Darkest Dungeon or Oxygen Not Included, I'm most likely gonna want to play it. And I'm a big fan of I guess a management sim like that for whatever reason. Anything where I can build, create, and grow, and make more of, and like specifically money as well, I totally want to play. So that's what I've been doing. And since we were talking about zombies earlier, I really want Scary Games to make a very large comeback. Like,
Well, do I have some news for you, bud?
oh, fucking what?
Oh, slapping on him.
What you got?
Phasmophobia. It's real popular right now.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a
we should put-
online co-op ghost hunting game. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
kind of from what I understand, it's set up kind of like Among Us, where there are hostile NPCs, but you have like a certain amount of tasks to do. So I guess it's actually kind of more like Dead by Daylight, right?
I don't know.
Probably compare it more to Dead by Daylight from what the little I know about it.
Yeah.
But it does look fun, and we should all play it this weekend because it's only $15.
Yeah, how about that news, bud?
I'll take it. But like what I mean by that is I don't want there are plenty of good third-party games, don't get me wrong, but I want a big IP like like a Silent Hill. I want something huge that's good, like what would have been good, like PT. That game I can tell you it would have been phenomenal, but obviously it never came to fruition. But like I want a big first party horror game. I feel like it's just they've passed them by and they're like it's not profitable. I don't know what it is, but but it is though, because when a game like that comes out, you saw the hype behind PT, and there's still hype behind it like 6 years later, and it's never gonna
after it's
happen.
canceled. So what do you what do you think was the last big horror game that you that did well? Resident Evil 7?
But yes,
I would say that one. Yeah, I was trying to. I see the point you were trying. I think you were trying to make there. It's like there's been so many in recent years that have just kind of flopped. I guess I shouldn't say flopped, but they weren't.
I wanted a similar example, or just
okay.
yeah.
I mean, what was coming to my mind was Evil Within and Evil Within 2, but I don't think those were very big games, though. I know they were completely fucked up and very graphic, but that's not fear. Like, fear is something that you can't.
That's like survival horror.
Yeah.
You're right, but Evil Within 2, I really fucking liked that game. I really liked the story it told, and they did survival horror really fucking well in that game. It was super. It's not that scary. You're right. It's not scary, but it's super fucking fun. I just had to get that off my chest.
You're good, brother. But yeah, like I said, fear is something that you can't explain, and there's a million different ways to kill a zombie. How do you kill a vampire? What do? You take a steak and you shove it in its heart.
But
Dead.
You bash zombies right there, and I know zombie games have always been like a big thing, but why have we never had like a open world zombie game where the zombies are just slow zombies but in like herds? Typical zombie, like a Resident Evil zombie, but like a first person. But there's not. I want like a first person shooter, or I can like base build or something in an open world, and then have like
7 Days to Die.
I don't know what that is. What is the
Fortnite?
what? Yeah. What is the one where you build bases?
7 Days to Die.
No, they just came out the second one, like relatively recent. State of Emergency, maybe? Is that a zombie game?
State of Decay.
State of Decay. So I want like
I wouldn't call that I mean, it is open world, but it's like Grand Theft Auto type open world.
So what I'm getting at is like imagine an open world like that where you're building in communities and bases, and but it's like a first person shooter, totally different gameplay.
So I would want more of like a Fallout / Skyrim type open world rather than
but with
like
bases.
That kind of open world.
Fallout 4 was just zombies.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
sure
I
there's a
mean,
mod
like
for that.
State of Decay was very like progression driven and where you were. So like you went from one settlement to the next kind of. When I was playing it, I felt like, yeah, I was progressing, but I just wanted to get to a point where like I felt like I beat the main quest line and then I stopped.
I never
So I
played
just
that.
like I kind of you beat one town and then move on to the next.
I just basically want a good gunplay where you have to shoot the zombies in the head.
Okay, PUBG, but it's that.
I mean,
So,
they do have a
I-
zombie mode, but they all sprint. Go ahead, Fuzz.
I was just gonna say, side note to what you said earlier, Zidane, about money. According to, I think Eurogamer put this out. So Resident Evil 7 is the highest selling game in the franchise, actually. So the most recent one is the most successful. So I do think that there is still a I do think people still enjoy them. Now, I think you know this. They're making a sequel to this game. In fact, he plays the same guy you play as
Mm-hmm.
in Resident Evil 7. It's called Resident Evil Village.
Yep.
It'll probably be the reason I buy a PlayStation if they don't put it to PC.
They probably will port it, but it'll be later.
Yeah, so just wait.
Oh man, I loved 7, dude. I would probably I mean, and I'm not out on PlayStation like I am Xbox. That's a whole different thing, but like I'm not out on them, so like I would be willing to do that. But yeah, so it looks here like people still want this.
So why don't they
it-
make them?
Yeah.
You got me, man. Cuz
Games are hard.
I know. Yeah, I but like, I don't know. I feel like they're sitting on this big old like pot of gold with so many different IPs, specifically Silent Hill. But fucking do something.
What was the last Silent Hill game made?
Downpour. It was on last.
Like
gen-
20.
It was last gen, PS3, Xbox
Yeah, it was like
360.
2010s.
Yeah.
yeah.
There was not one on this current gen.
In fact, I think it
Wow.
was literally a decade ago, like 2010 is when that game was made. Maybe
I
like
just-
2012 or something like that. Around the, yeah,
I wonder
March 2012.
You were close.
I wonder what Silent Hill would be like today now.
Fucking mind blowing.
I want to play it. I need it in my life. Is there
I
any
mean-
Silent Hills on the PC? Sorry.
I mean, you can go to like the GOG.com and get like the old shit.
Huh.
But yeah.
So, just a side note, I have this game on the 360 still, Downpour, and I like it a lot. It's not scary, but it kind of reminded me of Silent Hill 2 because like it's got that same map layout and everything, and like you're in like a mine for a little bit, forest mine, and then the town. But like, I really had fun with that game. I wish there was more of like.
It was more combat focused though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I suppose you could say that. Though there were like multiple, like all the Silent Hill games, there were multiple endings, and I did like some of the endings a lot actually. I thought they did really well with like who your main character was and everything. So not as good as 2, of course. But I thought it was pretty good. I liked it.
I think
I like the dogs behind everything.
According to the critics and everyone, they hated it, but
they did. And I think for the franchise to move forward, they need to let go of Silent Hill 2. Just move on from it and create something. Because everyone's always comparing everything to Silent Hill 2. Don't get me wrong, great game, but need to, 1990, 2001 or 2, whenever it came out. Almost said when the first one came out. But we need to move on from that game. Let it put it in its grave, put it to bed, whatever.
good night, sweet prince.
Yeah, and new Silent Hill, just new, but good. Good Konami, good.
It sounds like you guys want like a, like a first-person Silent Hill game, maybe like PT. Is that something that you guys would?
100%. Yes,
So
please.
I mean, Biohazard was close to that, and it was pretty cool. But it wasn't as so. The thing about Biohazard was it wasn't like supernatural. It was like the rest of the Resident Evils, where it's most of it's explained, like why it's happening. It's not like ooh, like in
Ooh,
like the Silent Hills can be. So
spooky season.
ooh.
I got a question for everybody here. What were some of your favorite? What are, I guess, some of your favorite scary games?
Well, I think I've already talked about it, but Amnesia: The Dark Descent is like my OG scary game.
It like, I mean, survival horror and like horror in general was like kind of a thing, but that really like put it on the map.
Alien Isolation was another really, really good one. That was a great horror game. Like there was a lot of psychological horror of not knowing if and when you could be at risk of running into the predator, and
Xenomorph.
okay, yeah, sorry,
Okay,
isn't it? So the predator is the things that come for the xenomorphs.
correct.
In Alien
Right.
versus Predator.
Yeah.
They have their own universe.
Yeah, it gets
That's just
really.
like
It's,
I've always wondered why is there like why
it's
are
just
they
like a crossover movie,
it's really
but it was
convoluted.
really popular.
really?
It's really bad too.
Yeah, it's not
The
good.
first one was all right.
Alien movies are really good, but AVP movies are bad.
The first one was fine. Requiem. The second one was not. Anyway, moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Xenomorph, come get you.
I don't know why people didn't like Predator 2. I really fucking love Predator 2.
We're
I
a
think
movie
that's
podcast.
Good movie.
Wasn't
I just
that-
have this.
Go ahead.
I'm such a big horror movie fan, but I am just not a big horror game fan. Like I can sit there and like, I can just be the passive participant in a movie, but during the game, I'm the one that's forced to make things move forward. Like,
That's when shit
And-
gets real.
and and another thing about horror games, I think you have to play it with the lights off and headphones on. Like,
100%.
it's a must. Like you're not really giving it its full. So
Ooh.
A game that you need to buy and play is called Visage.
I don't like spooky games.
It'll
I like
scare the
spooky
shit out of
movies.
you. It's fantastic. It's still in early access. There's like one chapter or two chapters not done with it, but the chapters that are available, I guarantee are worth whatever the price tag is.
I'll look it up later. But the one scary game I really played a lot of and enjoyed was the Slender Man 8 pages, like the original like sketchy download version.
Yeah.
I put it on like my mom's laptop and I was in like high school or something.
Are you
We'd
a
have people
YouTuber?
Yeah, right. And we just have people come over and play it, and they'd be like, "Oh, this is so fucking scary." People get freaked out. It was just the only good part was just the loud noise when he caught you, but
Yeah,
it was a little spooky to see it randomly. Like,
it was
but I don't know. I just thought that was fun.
like, and
Yeah.
that just kind of exploded too. It was like no one knew what it was, and then all of a sudden everyone was like, "You played Slender Man?"
PewDiePie played it with his friends. That's why it blew up. Same with Amnesia. Same with SCP, and like a whole lot of other horror games at that time. That was like a big phase for
YouTube.
yeah, kind of like the let's play YouTube genre, because it I mean it's way more. I mean, this is way off track, but I think the YouTube let's play scene is way more diverse now. Wouldn't you say?
Oh,
we got-
100%.
Like we got people playing let's plays like Portal, and then people sorry, the word's escaping me. What were we just talking about?
Let's
Yeah.
plays. I'm
No, the
a
game before that.
Minecraft.
No.
Amnesia,
Drink that coffee, boy. You need to wake up.
So
I am falling asleep. I'm sorry.
I like one horror game that I always really liked, and I played it on the 360 a bunch, was Condemned to Bloodshot. I fucking love that game.
I played the first one. I never played the second.
No, you played the second. 100%. I saw you play the second one.
First one. It was first one.
Oh, because you're running from the bear, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
First one.
Yeah. No, I like the second. Yeah, that's like the coolest part of the first one. I fucking love that scene. But the second one I like a lot. Another horror game that I liked was Dead Space.
Oh.
Okay.
See, I didn't know what we were considering horror games.
Survival horror, whatever. Something that
I was just kind of
legitimately
leaning more
scared you.
Yeah, I was leaning more towards like, stuff that actually was just focus horror. Like I like Dead Space a lot. Like I can play that, but that's more of like shooting, and it's fun combat.
Definitely horror. Like
Well,
the first time I played it, I was scared.
I don't know. It's good. It's really fun. Yeah, it's a good game. I actually watched like a analysis of the second one today. They're really badass, but I think it's more fun to play those with like stasis, and then like I'm gonna cut your arm off and then run on. Than it is. I think of it as a horror game.
Pick up their appendage and fling it at them, and staple them to the wall.
Yeah,
it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
There were like really good boss battles, and I just loved how like, if we're still talking about Dead Space 2, like there's really good like boss battles, and also like there's it's like everything can get up and kill me. And I love that. And you get stomp on them. It's so sick, dude.
I called it river dancing because if you tapped it just right, you were like bouncing when you did it. It was fantastic.
You'd have like that funny ass animation.
Yep. But that's a series that kind of like went downhill as it progressed, in my opinion.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
dude.
First one, fantastic.
Was the best.
2 was the best.
My opinion, and then 3 was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
right. I think everyone thinks that.
Everyone, like 1 was great, 1 was good, 2 was good, 3 was like, what the fuck, EA? But
I don't know, man.
That's what they do.
It didn't feel like the third one didn't feel like Dead Space at all. It felt like something totally different.
You literally had to shoot your way through everything. That's all you're doing the entire game is shooting.
Yeah, it was more like action-y at that point. You weren't like just because the other thing about Dead Space is your movement's kind of shit. And I feel like in a horror game, your movement has to be like kind of shit for it to be good. So like in Resident Evil Biohazard, Ethan Winter, the character you play as, he moves like a fucking idiot. And that aspect makes it like more intense, more scary, especially when like the guy is chasing you around the fucking manor and you're like closing doors and stuff. Like that's good stuff, and that all has to do with the movement.
Does games that scared you as a child count as horror?
Absolutely.
So I just really I've always wanted to talk about this game, and I don't know if I've ever brought it up before, but it scared me as a kid, but I still played it a little bit, and it shouldn't have scared me. I was a little pansy. And it's called Maximo. It's on the PS2.
Army of Zen?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay.
Like it's like a third-person hack and slash sort of game, but it's hard as fuck.
Yeah, okay.
Like it's very cartoony looking.
I think it's kind of expensive now, but anyway, keep going.
Well, I have it. It was super cool, and like lately I've been wanting to go play it because I've never played it like as an adult, and I'm sure I could beat it.
What scared you in it?
I don't know, skeletons. I was like a little kid when that came out.
Were you like raising an army of the dead or something?
No, I don't think you have to. You're like a knight, like trying to save your like girlfriend or the princess or something. Her name was like Sophia.
I'm looking at screenshots right now, and you're like fighting skeletons, spooky.
I was really little. It probably came out in, like what, 2001.
Oh, there's one part where you do walk through like a genuinely creepy looking forest, I guess.
Yeah, so imagine being like 6 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. That game was so cool. Just the combat, and then like you'd get armor. It was kind of like the old school. It was still old school, but it was 3D because like you get armor, and then you could take like one extra hit. Like I'm pretty sure it was really hard as well.
Oh. I think they've got some good environment setting in that game. It's like really dark. You're in like kind of
gonna be the
enclosed little
best
graveyard. There's like a
knowledge tree.
fog effect going on. I could see how a kid would get spooked out playing that.
We should all download that and play that on an emulator. But I own it. I do.
You should give it to me.
Don't we have enough games in the queue?
Absolutely
Dude,
not.
there's never enough games in
I was
the
about
queue.
to say that.
I've got a list, dude.
There's never enough games to put in the queue and then play pub.
Yeah, there's never enough games put in the queue, and then you sit there and you're like, man, there's nothing to play.
Let's go play
But then
pub.
when, yeah, but then when you talk about it, it's like, yeah, man, I really want to. Like, I've been wanting to play this. Like, I've got a lot of games.
My backlog is probably 200 games.
now.
Like
Yeah,
legitimately.
you got to play Lost Survival.
Well, guys, we always want to play together.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sons of bitches.
Phasmagoria or whatever.
Buy it tomorrow. We'll play it tomorrow, bud.
Deal. My game.
well, we're gonna play it from Gam's place.
That's Saturday night.
Dang.
Yeah, bring your
Okay.
computer Saturday night, Sadine.
I brought my game up a little earlier. But it is Visage. It's what, like, in recent memory, besides obviously the PT, but that doesn't really count because it's like 30 minutes. Visage, like, it actively fucks with you the entire time psychologically. Lights will turn off, radios will turn on and off, TVs will turn on and off. Dolores is one of the characters in the game, and she follows you the entire time. And you'll go into a room, you turn around, you walk out, and her head's peeking around the corner, and you're like, oh shit. And another, go ahead.
As I say, I had that. I had a PlayStation with a PT on it, which those are worth money. Weirdly,
Of course they are. It's a game that doesn't exist.
yeah. So I played a lot of it. That was another thing. It was like, hey, come over and try out this new spooky game. It was cool, but I don't know how anyone could actually figure out all the shit you had to do to progress the game. We had to look it all up.
Like, the internet, like, came
Yeah, worked
together.
So if they would
finish
release
them
Silent Hills, yeah. So if they would release Silent Hills, would that have been the same way, where it would have been like
impossibly hard to, probably 100%.
I mean, if it was well known in the community and everybody who was buying it, that like, hey, this is going to be something you're going to have to look up, like you're not sure able to play through it, that'd be cool. But I'd be pretty damn well determined of not looking something up. I'm a big, like, a first run through the Dark Souls, you can't look up where you're going.
I mean,
It's the same kind of thing.
fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Strategy guides.
So is Visage a game I'm thinking about? Is it like an indie horror game and like you're in
100%.
you're in a house? Do
Yeah.
you have a candle or a lighter?
You
and
have a
to-
lighter and you can light
There's
candles.
a light mechanic, right?
Yep, and they can go out as you're going. But it is just so screwed up. Like, it starts off like you're in first person the whole time. You don't see who you are. But at the beginning, you kill your family, and
Oh, spoilers.
it's not a spoiler. It's like the first 5 seconds.
I don't know. Still plot. Okay, I would. Everybody's dead in all the screenshots on the store page, so maybe it's not a big deal for this game.
You kill your family and then you kill yourself, and you're
Yeah.
like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I was talking about Dolores earlier. I forget the girl's name. Spoilers, because I love this game and I'm going to talk about it, so whatever. She has like this friend that follows her. He's invisible.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way for you to see where he's at is to flash your camera to take a picture.
Yeah, and then you'll see him in the picture, or
No, you'll flash and he'll be there.
in the flash.
In the flash, he'll be there right in front of you, and you're like,
How? Like the light
I like
doesn't
that.
penetrate him, so he's just like a.
I don't know
dark
how
spot,
it works, but he's invisible, and you'll be walking through, like, in this chapter, you're walking up these stairs and you're flashing it, you get the top of the stairs, you flash, bam, you shit a brick. Like,
Picture it didn't happen.
that's
So
what-
another game that actually sounds really cool, Zayden. I'll
It's-
probably check that out.
it's hard and it's scary. You should check it out.
I will. Another one. So there's two other ones I really like, and they're both like story horror games. So I'd say the first one is Until Dawn, which I played on my PlayStation.
Ooh.
I didn't like. I liked the story and the characters and how fucking amazing the game looked. But like halfway through the game, because of like what happens, and I kind of didn't like it anymore.
Mhm.
Like it kind of the game like shifts gears really hard, as anyone who plays the game knows. And I was like, but I still finish it and I liked it a lot. And then the other game is The Letter, which is like a novel game, literally kind of
Like Dear Esther?
I don't I've never played that.
Like you just walk and listen to a guy talk. Like it's a narrator.
Is it like let me look at like a thing of it
Like
because
Dear Esther was you basically just walk around and like as you go into different rooms, like they continue the novel that you're listening to.
oh, okay, yeah, so you're literally not even walking around like in this game. It is literally like a novel game.
I don't understand.
So like characters pop up and then there's text and then it goes and it's like different scenarios and stuff. I guess is the best way to.
So is there
Okay.
gameplay?
I mean, the gameplay is choosing dialogue and choice options.
So it's like a point and click game,
Yeah,
kind of. Yeah.
you pretty much call it that, I think.
Interesting.
And that's a horror game, and I really liked it. The reason I thought of it was because Dane was talking about the picture thing, and one of the characters that you play as, there's a bunch of different characters, and depending on how you play, they can all get fucked by this evil creature. And one of the characters is a photographer, and there's this one scene where you take pictures of the room because your lights go out, it's flash, and then she's there. And so
Bam.
that just reminded me of that. But yeah, The Letter, it's a really cool game. Horror game.
Can I tell you guys about a horror movie I learned about today?
Sure.
No.
Okay. I don't remember the name of it, sadly, but the premise was there was like 300 floors in this vertical prison, and all of it is like every floor is just all wide open except a square in the middle. And at the beginning of each day, or at some point in the day, there's like a platform that goes down and stops at each floor for like 2 minutes. And the two prisoners on each floor get to eat as much food as they want. There's only as much food as can make it down, like that can make it down to the
Oh.
bottom. So obviously, like the people at the bottom are gonna starve. So it's every month you swap floors, you get gassed, and you're always in a random floor. But as long as like your cellmate hasn't died, you stick with the same cellmate. I wish I knew what it was called, but Platform. It's called Platform.
I've been sitting here saying it and I've been muted. Yes.
Oh,
Platform.
have you seen it?
No, but I know what you're talking about.
It was super cool. Like I ended up just watching a bunch of YouTube videos on it today. Like I never watched it because then I slowly realized it wasn't even in English.
Mhm.
So I probably wouldn't have watched it anyway, but it sounds like a really cool premise. I'm just too lazy to read subtitles.
I can't watch a movie without subtitles. Like half the time I
See,
feel like
I
I'm
like
reading.
subtitles, but I don't like to just read them. I'd rather listen to it and then like look down really quick if I feel like I did catch something.
Well, it's because you can actually watch the movies. Like if I sit down to watch a movie, I have to read it because there's too much shit going on.
I'm like that as well.
Dude,
I like
I don't think that's us. I think like audio in movies is always just lame. Like it's like games. They expect you to play it at like 500% volume. Like every new game you play, it launches and all the audio is maxed.
No,
You
it's
go to the movie
awful.
theater, the audio is maxed.
Like the
Dude.
lobby music, you're like, "Ah!"
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
stand when something's just overly loud. Like I have a surround sound system to my TV when we watch movies. Like I turn it up a little bit, but if you go to my dad's house, he is just blaring it. Like
So
if
he's
you're
deaf.
downstairs across the house, no, he just likes it loud. He might be a little deaf, but it's absurd. You just be like, you want to look at it like, are you kidding me? Like it's like being in the movie theater. It's that loud. Obsessed.
What does he play that he needs on that loud?
Just movies when they watch any kind of movie.
What? Oh,
So you could just walk in his house and you'd hear some loud yelling or whatever's going on in the movie, and you're like, oh, he's watching a movie. Like you can't get out of the house without hearing it.
Interesting.
It's insane.
I like Fear. The game Fear. You guys
Never
remember that
actually
one?
played one.
I played a little bit of the first one. I don't know any lore or the story behind it, but it did scare me. I remember that. That girl,
So,
like the Grudge girl.
she's freaky looking.
Isn't it
dude.
like
Alma?
Alma?
Yeah.
Elma.
is that the one?
Elmo.
Velma.
I was gonna ask if that's the one where you like use your phone as a flashlight, but I don't. Is it?
No, it's like
No.
an FPS.
Yeah.
Oh,
What do you typically fight? Like, you fight monsters or?
You fight monsters that she has unleashed. Basically, they're like they look like zombies. Yeah, that's like the enemy, and then she's usually like the final boss battle in all of them. In the second one, it's so weird, dude, because she literally rapes your character at the end of the game.
Interesting.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who made this?
I don't remember. And the weird part is like she's a little girl, but she's like
A demon. so
there's
she's
two
really-
there's two versions of her. Well, they literally made like an adult version of her and she's like raping you, and I don't know.
I'd hope so. Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, it was very odd, but it was a fun because I had never played that was the first game I played where it's a legit like FPS. Yeah, there you go. Oh, that's the worst one, but I mean
Warner Brothers Studios.
so I had never played like a legit horror FPS before that game, so I thought that was really cool. I liked it a lot.
Is Condemned a horror FPS?
It's you don't shoot though. It's very
I guess
limited.
you're right.
Does?
I mean, yeah, you
run around with pipes like Silent Hill and smack people in the face.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I've played a little bit of it, and that's like one of my favorite memories, like with my stepfather. I was in like 7th grade, and me and one of my buddies went and rented it. Used to rent games. That's cool. And we brought it home, and we started playing it. We're like, oh man, like this is scary. Like we can't do this. So we went and we're like, hey Scott, can you like come watch this with us really quick? Like play this with us, just hang out. And he goes, sure. And he was just like, sitting around drinking a beer on the weekend night. So we probably had a blast just watching us go, oh fuck, like oh I can't do it. But yeah, we just sat there that night. We made him sit there, and like I remember he probably sat there for like an hour, which was cool. So we played a chunk, and then he was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. And then we were like, we can't play this alone. It was
this
definitely
game.
nighttime. But no, it was super cool. I just remember people talking about it, and I was like, we're gonna try it out. I think now, obviously now, I could go play through a horror game. I just don't like to be scared. If I did it like with somebody or in front of somebody, like
The more
it'd make
you
it a lot
do
more
it,
fun.
the easier it gets, the more you want.
Bring me in, Zidane.
I'm
Pull me
trying.
closer.
Like a good one. I'm telling you, man, a good one to start off with would be Visage. You would
Lost in Vivo is supposed to be awesome.
Visage. Telling you.
I told somebody else to play it. I don't remember who it was, and they played it and came back and were like, "Dude, that was awesome." And I'm like, "That's what I've been told. I'd love to play it, but I'm a pussy." I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna try her out.
I'm proud of you, Cam.
I'll do it for you, Zidane,
Thank you.
and for you, Foz.
Thanks, man. I've never played the game, but thanks.
We can play it together, Zidane. Same time.
No. I'm gonna sit here and watch you and make fun of you.
You purchased it.
Yeah, it was like free $99 on Steam.
Shut your mouth.
You should try to find the other Fear games on Facebook Marketplace. I didn't collect all three. That would be cool.
I'm a big fan of trilogies like that. Like, I have to have all three. So this will be, I'll have all three eventually. I didn't even know they had a third one. I knew they had two, but when I saw this, I was like, the fuck? All right, $3 here you go. It's probably shit, but I'll buy it.
It is. My favorite part about it is like the cool part about it is you can play as like so in the other two games you just play it as a soldier
Mhm.
type character, and but in the third one there's like an amped up super soldier you play as, or his brother, which is like a just a literal demon. So you use like magic and more power like stuff, and
Interesting.
you could even do it co-op. So it was like super cool, and that was the only one that did that. But everything else about it was. Eh.
I remember, I think I showed it that one time. I have a steel case like Doom 3, and wasn't that like a lot more of a horror game than it was like a FPS, like compared to the other ones?
Yes.
Yeah. So I remember my buddy who brought it over was like, "Yeah, he's like, so we'll play it 2-player, and he's like, one of us gets to like shoot and run around, the other one has to like hold a flashlight." And I was like, that doesn't sound very fun. He goes, trust me, it's such a good game, like it's gonna be fun. I said, cool, I get it, let's try it. And then we could never figure it out, and I really pissed me off. So I don't know if you could only do it online or something. There wasn't a split screen option for it, but that would have been really cool concept of like it would make playing through the horror game a lot better because one of you're depending on each other, and then you don't have to do it alone.
You talking about holding the flashlight while somebody's shooting made me think of another horror game that I really want, but it's impossible to get. It's called Obscure.
I've heard of that.
It's an expensive game. It's for the PS2, but in order to hurt the enemies in this game, you have to weaken them with your flashlight before you can shoot them. So you either have to have one mounted on your gun, or when you're playing 2-player, somebody has to hold the flashlight on the enemy before you can kill them, which is a cool concept. Anyway, I just wanted to share that.
Spooky season.
Dire Docks scared me.
What?
I fucking
That
hate
music scared you?
No, not the. Oh, actually, the music's kind of creepy. The fucking like the water, dude. That eel, and then like it's so dark down there. Like fuck that noise, dude. Same with the level where you go into the painting, and it's like so there's a painting on each side, right?
Yeah.
And there's one side you get really big, and then the other side you get really small. And the one where you get really small, there's Big Bubba, and he always freaked the fuck out of me too.
Dude, there was that level with the fucking killer piano with teeth.
Oh, that wasn't.
This
scary.
is Super Mario 64, correct?
Yes.
That's Booze Castle. So Booze Castle didn't get me.
Scared me as a kid.
I guess I shouldn't be laughing at you, but when I first played Banjo-Kazooie,
Oh man, I know what you're gonna say.
Oh, me too, and it scared the fuck out of me.
Clanker's Cavern, man, when you
Yep.
first like swim through that pipe, you're like, I'm running out of oxygen, hurry the fuck up. And then boom, giant ass shark. I was like, I'm gonna fucking die. But you didn't.
You're dead.
He was a friendly shark that just wanted his like rotten teeth knocked out of his mouth with your eggs.
He's spooky looking though, and like so, like you come like through the pipe, right? And he's up, like you don't, and then you kind of see something as you're coming through, and then you finally get through, point of no return. And you just, oh my god,
He's huge.
Yeah, he's fucking massive.
Isn't the water like brown as well?
Yeah. And then you can swim all the way down to the bottom because you have to.
Again,
like,
I was a kid.
Because you have to swim through something to like release him to let him come up. Anyway.
See, I feel like you're old enough that you grew up in like the perfect prime of the N64.
I do love it. A lot of people hate the Nintendo 64, but
dude, I love it. I mean, my older brother is only a little younger than you, and like he played all that shit. So like, I feel like I got that experience secondhand, and then I'd try it myself, and I was too dumb to figure it out. But I experienced a lot of that stuff that you would have, and I think the N64 is so cool.
It's definitely not the greatest system, but it's a good one.
Was that like on par with the PS1?
Graphically?
I mean, generation-wise.
Yes, that was same generation.
See, I'd much rather have a Nintendo 64, but it doesn't seem nearly as
Well,
good.
the
as
first generation of like truly 3D graphics, let's be honest here, was dog shit. Like
I love it though.
they're so bad, man. Like to 1998, like 12 years ago. Like
22 years ago.
yeah, sorry, math. 22 years ago, we went from this polygon shaped thing that's supposed to resemble Mario to something like, Mario Odyssey.
Dude, you look at the Mario from N64 Mario, and you're just like, hell yeah, that's how I like Mario the most. In Super Mario Odyssey, I use the N64 skin because he looks so cool.
They have a skin.
Yeah, that makes you look like old Mario. It's awesome.
I think Super
Ooh.
Mario 64 is one of the best games ever made. It's like one of my favorites, and
I'm-
also I agree with you, Cameron. I think that the Nintendo. This is my personal opinion. I think the Nintendo 64 is way better than the PlayStation 1.
I agree. I guess I shouldn't
Yeah,
say
I agree too.
like try to
I like-
resemble Mario, but
Dude, aren't they releasing Mario 64 on the Switch along with Sunshine and the first
I agree
Galaxy?
with what you say, Zidane, about the graphics, but I like the console better. Sorry, go ahead, Cameron. Just wanted to get that.
I think they're releasing a combo on the Switch with Sunshine, Galaxy, and N64 Mario.
already out, my man.
I'm buying that.
3D All Stars.
I'm buying that because
sounds nice.
I want to play through the N64 one because it's been so long, and even if it
It's-
looks the same,
It does. It's
as long
just
as I have like better controls, that'd be awesome.
it's just emulation. It's not a
Sick. That's awesome.
it's not a remaster.
I'm buying it right now.
So I think Reggie and the people who made Super Mario 64 should be proud of the controls they did make with that controller. And honestly, I think the controls are pretty damn good.
I like the controller. It's funky.
Everyone
No, I mean the controls of that game, I think, feel pretty good.
they do. I agree 100%.
I think Mario's movement is insane, dude. They had never seen anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo
You'd
really
never-
went all out on that game.
They did, man. They should be so fucking proud of that game. It's
Have you played Odyssey, Foz?
legendary. No, I don't have no.
It's the movement in that game is fun. There's so many combos you can string together, and like, I didn't think the game was all that amazing like everyone made it out to be, but the movement in the game was pretty sweet. I would have preferred more N64 level worlds than what we got in that.
I really want to play both the Odysseys. I just, like I said, I just don't have the ability. I really want to get a Switch. I just can't afford one right now.
I'm
Have you ever-
starting to want one just talking about it here.
Yeah.
Dude, it's worth it. It's
Do
worth it
it,
just for
dude.
Breath of the Wild.
It's a great system. And it travels.
But I have Breath of the Wild with waifus.
What is that shit called again? I wrote it down. Genshin
Dude,
Impact.
It's fun. Like
I
different
believe it.
characters, and you combo, like it's fun as fuck.
Waifu collector.
2020.
Waifu. Breath of the waifu.
Breath of the Waifu.
Breath of the Waifu.
I like it.
That's awesome.
That's gross.
It's stanky breath.
Give me that waifu.
It's like cat breath.
No, kitty breath. Okay, it can be pretty fucking bad for an old kitty.
Speaking of that, my puppy has puppy smell and puppy breath.
That's perfect.
Oh,
That's the
I
best.
think I hate how dogs can end up smelling.
Gotta clean them.
Kitties just clean themselves.
And then they shit on your wall.
I bet
Yeah.
their, I bet their fucking paws are so nasty though.
Their claws?
Like
No, they
getting in-
clean their
Paw,
claws
their
a bit.
paws. Their
They eat
paws.
their hands. They'll sit there and just numb on their hands.
Cats spend most of their day cleaning themselves.
So they'll eat. So if they do they get like the shit from their in the box, like on their paws, and then they eat that? Is that what you're saying?
No,
Yeah, they'll eat
They
that, and then
Well,
they'll
yeah.
eat it ready, and he'll go down there and he'll
That's
lick
so
right around
fucking
his
nasty.
butthole. Cats lick
Then
their own. Yeah, they do it. I mean,
and I let my cat lick my nose every time I see him.
All right. There's enough of that.
What? Murphy gives me kiss. I mean, Meryl gives me
I'm
kisses.
glad he gives you a shit-stained lick.
I
I
welcome.
mean, if we're being honest, it's probably fine. There's probably like zero trace of actual poop being transferred there,
I would agree, because he's ingested.
but
it.
it's gross.
There's got to be
Everything's gross.
some residue.
What were we talking about though? The Switch, Mario's
Cat
3D,
Yeah.
3D All Stars.
Horde
The
game.
movement mechanics.
Stan,
Odyssey.
You really should buy a Switch though. It's a lot
Are
of fun.
they like not in
I think that-
dire shortage anymore?
no.
There's an Animal Crossing bundle at my Walmart for $300 right now. I like the colors; they're really cool.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And if you're interested in
300.
Animal Crossing,
$300, my dude. Worth. Just a cool system. You have all the Nintendo IPs obviously on there that don't go anywhere else. Zelda.
it's worth it for Breath of the Wild.
I haven't played that much of it, but I can tell you it is a good game.
ooh, I don't think I like the Animal Crossing bundle edition.
Yeah, it's like this pastel, like
I know I like the colors.
Yeah,
bluish
well, I
thing.
mean, if it was just the colors, fine. But the dock has like the little Animal Crossing characters on like a little island.
It does.
Logo for me. Yeah,
Oh,
the dock is stylized.
I don't know. One of the coolest stylized consoles was the like anything Legend of Zelda, because they make it very subtle with like thin gold lines and then like the
Are you
Triforce
sure
and the
about that?
colors.
Have you seen the Legend
I
of
could be
Zelda
wrong.
Wii U? The Wii U controller was the most obnoxious freaking thing I'd ever seen.
What?
I hope he's going to
I
grab one.
think that's what he is grabbing. Holy shit!
I
Show it to me.
hope it
Hurry!
is.
I
Oh,
think
he didn't
I
hear us.
think it is.
what?
Show
Is
me
that a Zelda Wii U controller? Because that's what I was just talking about.
Oh, that's not that bad.
They got
that's-
worse. I feel like there was a worse one.
No,
Th-
that's pretty subtle still.
th-
That's
this-
not,
that is the only thing that makes the this Wii U version Zelda is this.
I like that a lot actually. What I was just saying to him is like the 3DS, like
The green one, the
it's
2DS.
it's always subtle like lines with like the Triforce or something like.
There's a 2DS version, like the flat one, that's like green, all green, and then gold stuff around it. Which I don't think looks good, but
Maybe that's what Stan's thinking of. But that's
Say-
hilarious.
Tell me
that you
about that
brought
one more time, Zedin. What was that?
it's a 2DS, Nintendo 2DS. It's flat. It's a flat, like this.
Ew, no.
It's green.
Was there a Legend of Zelda 3DS that I'm thinking of maybe, or am I just maybe completely wrong?
There is. I think it looks like a Hylian Shield. I'm not sure if that's the 3DS or just the XL. I don't remember. There's so many special versions.
3DS XL.
There's so many different versions of the DS. It's ridiculous. There's like the
You know what?
DSi. There's the DS. There's 3DS.
I retract my statement. I can't find a single example of what I was thinking about.
And actually, yeah, I agree with you, Cam. Like a lot of my favorite, like I guess, special edition consoles are most definitely anything Zelda, because I'm just a humongous Zelda fanboy. So
It's subtle, nice.
What did you think of Twilight Princess, Sadine?
that before I have not finished Twilight Princess or
Skyward Sword.
that one, yeah, because it only came out on the Wii. I have it.
Dude,
I haven't played
People
it.
say that like Skyward Sword is better than Ocarina of Time.
I wouldn't know. Like it was like the sleeper Zelda thing. Like it came out and everyone was like,
Ooh.
no one cared.
I think you should finish Twilight Princess.
I should, because I have it on the Wii and GameCube. So I need
GameCube. GameCube edition of that is really expensive, isn't it?
to. Around 100, yeah.
Yeah,
Is there a GameCube edition of Twilight Princess?
that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you guys are.
If you want to
Okay,
pay $100 for it, yeah.
I emulated it on Dolphin once.
I bet that was great.
That's something I'd like to pick up again, just to emulate games. I've been thinking a lot about like console and couch gaming for like the single player
Can you make
experience.
the GameCube games look really, really good on the Dolphin?
I'm sure you can.
I built that Retro Pi. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. RetroPie is cool. So I got an Android TV for my media center. It's a Huawei Mi Box, and I put a Steam Link app
Huawei.
on it.
Say that?
Huawei.
Huawei Mi Box.
Huawei. Yeah. Huawei, the Chinaman brand.
You
That's
can't
my
say that.
Huawei phone. Yeah, you're a bad guy, Stan.
That's not bad.
We're
Yeah,
to
yeah,
apologize
That's just a
before
funny
we
way of saying it.
apologize.
Hey, Stan, you're a bad guy.
We got our first YouTube strike. I'm sorry, everybody.
That's not even. What's so bad about that?
It's not bad. Anyway,
You're a bad guy.
No. Anyway, I have a Steam Link app on it. Good. It's kind of cool. I just like the idea of it. I can't remember what I launched, but I think it was Risk of Rain, but it kind of sucked.
Yeah.
Like, the quality was low.
I bet.
It's over wireless though.
Ooh, there's your problem.
Big
Yeah.
ooh.
Big
Big oof.
oof.
Don't you have some like pretty high speed access points at work? I wonder if you use one of those if that would work better.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have an AC access point. I have like a BGN access point. So mine isn't very fast. But it is dual band.
We do computers in this podcast as well.
We are all computer guys, are we not?
Yeah, what he said.
You set up your server.
Just rolling.
Nice.
Oh, I'm sorry. Not server. I thought router. Excuse me. Ignore me.
Right on.
Ignored.
Big ignore.
Noted.
Oh man, I'm looking at Switches on GameStop's website right now.
Locked.
You're gonna
I'm
buy
thinking
one
about it.
tonight during this?
No. If I'm gonna buy one impulsively, it has to be in person. I'm not gonna make like
Buy
an
one on
impulsive
Saturday when you're here.
$300
We'll still get one.
online. No.
Do you
How
want
much?
Animal Crossing?
Well,
$300.
no, I don't want I'm not buying the Animal Crossing one. If anything, I
Actually-
would just buy it.
I mean, later on down the
I don't
road, it being Animal Crossing will make it more.
I don't know.
Will increase the resale value.
I don't
Tell you
resell
what,
it.
I surely will not have bought one by Saturday. So talk to me about it then.
I'm
I'll
just,
peer pressure you, Stan.
well, he doesn't have to resell, but if he ever eventually does sell it when he doesn't want it, it'll be worth more
mean-
than a regular Switch.
I'm just hoping like GameStop in town has like a used Switch for like $250 or something. That's all right.
Buy
Just
it brand
like a
new for
little
the
bit cheaper.
$50 more.
Yeah, I guess that's true too.
And most of the time you get it with a bundle with the game.
Yeah, I don't know.
I saw a somebody
You don't have a GameStop in town though, so we might have to buy that here.
somebody in Animal Crossing remade Man of Mark Oblivion with like the roads and everything, and I thought it was super cool.
It's a game I was never really able to get into.
What?
Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
like
if you-
it's like Nintendo's version of like Sims.
Lizzie
Yeah,
really
I'd
liked
say that. I mean, it's a cool game. Definitely not my kind of survival game though. Not my kind of creative thing at all.
it. Yeah, no thanks.
I feel like it's a very restricted creativity. You know, what am I trying to say?
I
Like
don't
you're
know.
limited
I would
in
say
what
it's
you
more
have
so-
to be creative with, don't you? Because like you only get so much land, and like, can you make custom buildings, or you just have to select from like pre-made ones, and you have to like put everything on the grid in a system, so you can't get like super detailed.
It ain't no
It ain't no
Minecraft.
space engineers.
It ain't no Minecraft.
Yep.
I appreciate that you said it was ain't no at the same time I did.
I mean, we
That's
are
how
from
we do it
Southern
here.
Iowa, so
Yee yee.
I always thought that Animal Crossing, like, why did Lizzie like to play it? Was it more so because of,
Because it's
like,
a girl game.
That's true.
It's
But like, why?
I don't know. It's just slow pace, simple, easy stuff. Some the people who don't play
Something
video games
stupid
can
for
do.
girls, Cameron.
It's something that people
Something
play video
simple and stupid for women.
So you're saying that it's a video game
You're
for people who don't play
you're a
video
bad
games.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's like how some people just play The Sims. Like
It's like The Sims is a video
it's a
game
niche,
for
sort of.
people who don't play video games.
I mean, I think the people who do play video games play it a lot because there's so much to do
Oh,
and
they-
collect.
100% agree.
But I think that a lot of it could give you like a percentage, but a chunk of them are people who just like play Animal Crossing.
You're like, you play. They're like, yeah, I play video games. They're like, what do you play? Animal Crossing. Wow. Okay, that makes sense now. That makes sense.
LOL.
Yeah, bro. I play video games. What do you play? I play
I
Madden.
play LOL.
Don't even get me started on that.
I think LOLs are more people who play LOL are more of a gamer than people who play like Call of Duty or Madden.
I would agree.
Let's not pull out the more of a gamer stuff.
More of a game.
We're
I mean,
all
gamer in
gamers. We're very inclusive.
There's different tiers.
I'm the best gamer in here.
Well, now we're having a competition.
I'm the worst one in here. I'll take that one. I'm awful at shooters.
Y'all posers.
This guy's crazy.
Murphy, what are you doing? Are you eating ice cream?
Yeah.
Is that Ben and Jerry's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What flavor is
Wild.
that?
American Dream.
Love it.
My favorite flavor was s'mores. It's definitely in the graveyard now, but with s'mores.
This is the best one.
Cookie dough.
I really just like plain ice cream, like plain vanilla, but
You are what?
what? I'm what, Zidane?
I'm not gonna say anything. You
I'd
are
much rather-
you are one fantastic human being. Nah, it's
rather-
you, Cam.
Do you add stuff to it, or do you just eat it like vanilla ice cream?
Just some straight up vanilla ice cream.
I mean, that's good, but
What is
like
this,
it would be-
1920?
it'd be better if you it'd be better if you added stuff.
I don't know. It's the simplicity of it.
It's good. I like it. I like it.
We're in America. We need to eat as much sugar as we possibly can.
Hell yeah.
I mean, this American Dream is pretty fucking good, but if it was just plain vanilla, I wouldn't be complaining either.
So, as I've been thinking about the Switch, I've also been thinking about like picking up a PS4 when those inevitably start showing up used pretty cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what kind of games are on your PS4? Oh my god, you've never played that? You have to play that, dude. List. You know what I mean?
For just a PS4,
Yeah, just for the PS4.
Last of Us.
Last of Us.
100%.
Spider-Man,
Gotcha. Good call.
God of War.
Great.
Agree.
I heard
Okay.
the newest God of War is phenomenal.
It's too long for me, but yes, what I have
Oh
played.
my-
Actually,
Oh my god,
So-
dude, you have to play it.
you right.
Dude, little sidebar here. Like, don't you hate like when you like someone asks if you've like watched a movie or show, and you say no, and they're like, "Oh my god, dude, you have
Right.
to watch it." It's like, do I have to watch it? Do I have like if you don't, you've like offended their whole being.
Yeah, so I take all of those like movies and games and whatever that I just have to check out sometime, and I just put it into a theoretical list that never gets any shorter.
100% though.
Sorry.
Like The Last
I
of
just
Us.
immediately, as soon as someone's like, "Oh, dude, you just, oh, dude, you," and just gone.
Oh my god, man, you
What,
have
damn.
to play it.
There's not neither of you two have something to be like. You have to watch this. You have to play this. There's not something that's so good that you would push it on somebody else.
No.
Yeah, I would. It's The Last of Us.
I don't
Yeah.
like those type of like that.
Well, I
type
mean,
of
you see-
person though is
you see-
insufferable.
You see me playing Space Engineers. I love it so much that I bought it for like 3 people, or
That sounds-
just 2. And like even then, I was like, "Yeah, guys, come check it out. See if you like it. And if you don't, whatever. It's not your deal."
Like,
I might make someone check it out once if I'm like really into it, but I think purposefully I would avoid the you've got to do it just because it's such a pet peeve of mine.
But can we all agree, at least the three of us that have played it, that The Last of Us is like 10 out of 10, 9.9 out of 10?
I
It's
haven't
super
played
good.
it.
It's
Like,
super good. I want to play the second one really bad.
It's been so long since I've even like thought about that, and I never actually played it. I just watched a walkthrough of it because I didn't have a PlayStation. If I had a PlayStation 4, I'd definitely play through that.
It was 100%
it'd be like-
worth it.
My first time.
I
There
mean,
was a
the PlayStation 4 would be the remastered version, but I mean, it originally
Yeah.
came out on the PS3, but it looks good on PS4.
dude, there was a PvP mode in that game, and it was super fun. Like no one had any bullets. You could craft like armor, and you just tried to kill people. Like I always used a bow, and you could actually stealth because you'd hide behind cover, and it was third person, so you'd be like, okay, oh shit. was
Oh,
super-
third person peeking.
Yeah, it was. Oh, it was a blast. I wish that there's no way there's a community left for that game, but it was very unique. You gotta ask Logan about it. He really liked it too. He'd come over and play it.
Maybe it's on, I didn't check, but maybe it's on the PlayStation 4 version.
On Last of Us 2.
No, like on The Last of Us.
Yeah, but I doubt
Remastered
anyone's
for
playing
the P-
that. That's pretty niche right there.
It's not that old. I don't know.
Kind of. It came out on launch.
Yeah, you're right.
I used to play Mad Max 3 multiplayer.
I didn't know that had a multiplayer.
It was
Mad
kinda
Max
fun,
3?
actually.
Not Mad Max.
Oh wait, no. Max Payne.
I could see that.
Yeah, Max
Alright.
Payne, not that.
So out of curiosity, I went to GameStop's website and they literally have a PS4 bundle. It's called the Essentials bundle that has Last of Us and God of War there. So the other two are Uncharted and Ratchet of Clank, which I feel like
Ratchet and Clank for the PS4, you can just throw that away.
I've never played a
Throw it away?
PS4, but the
You
original, like the first
that's a
three,
good
when
bundle.
I was a kid, I loved Ratchet and Clank.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Is it the original, like Ratchet and Clank, like the remake?
I think so.
That's
I don't know.
fine. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I
They
got them
remade Ratchet and
confused with
Clank?
the ones for the PS3. All those
Wait,
are
they
garbage.
remade Ratchet and Clank?
I think so.
Which
I
one?
played like a demo of it.
I think it was the first one.
The first one's the one I could never beat. It was actually difficult when I was a child.
Well, you're still a child, so you won't be able to beat it.
I am the second oldest one here, you old cunt.
That is just a crazy good deal on that. They must be rushing to get the PlayStation 4s out the door.
How much was it?
$299
Yeah. Is it a slim?
for PlayStation 4 and 4 GIMP.
Obviously, it's a slim.
It's a refurbished system bundle online. That's what it is.
Refurbish.
I don't think it's the
That's
slim.
rubbish.
Throw it
yeah, oh.
away.
Get it out of here.
Oh, come on. They don't refurbish them themselves. They send it off to Sony.
Yeah, and then they look at them and they open it. Yeah, it's good.
Ah, she's good.
Put the case back together and ship it out. They might replace the thermal paste.
Place?
Placed. You know what
Class? I know what you mean. You said it wrong twice.
Yeah, the slim, that definitely wasn't the slim model. I don't know. I
You have
should
thermal
not be
paste,
buying
man?
a console soon.
I mean? Sure, you
I
should.
might
should.
need to bring it. I can't find mine.
Did you
I-
guys ever play Defender for the PlayStation 2?
No, it sounds cool as fuck though.
It was cool as fuck, dude.
Tell me about it.
It was it's like an aerial, like you're in a spaceship and there's like a whole campaign, you're like on different planets and you just like defend bases, kill other ships, shit like that. It was 3D, so it wasn't like, but it was really fucking fun. I liked it a lot, actually.
There's so many. I feel like there used to be a lot more unique games in older generations than there are now. Like less genres. Ooh,
Hey, my guy.
dude, I love
Hey.
GameCube game boxes. Like,
It's a GameCube game. It's the GameCube
Yeah.
version, though.
I don't know what
It
makes them
was
so
the same
distinct.
way-
Like, they're extra square, maybe, right, Zaydin?
Yeah,
Oh,
100% extra square. There's no rounded edges, so
Yeah. GameCube's so cool.
it is.
You ever play Donkey Konga?
Yes,
I love that.
that is a game with a unique mechanic. Smack the bongos to run forward, clap your hands to jump.
Donkey Konga was like a rhythm-based game.
Oh, then what am I talking about then?
I don't know. Maybe there's another game that came with it, but I only played the rhythm-based shit.
I think it was a rhythm band, but there was like an optional bongo controller set.
I don't
Like
That's what I'm
bongo
saying.
drum
I must be
controller.
That's
thinking
what I'm talking about.
else.
Is using the bongo drums because you would just left, right, and then clap.
Yeah,
I like rhythm based.
that's what he just
I
described.
wish there was more of them.
Rock Band.
Beat Saber. Oh my gosh.
Rock Band. Stan help me
Yeah.
fix my.
You're right, Stan. Beat Saber is probably like the only one like current, and it literally was like a little bit ago. But like, there's not a whole bunch, and it's not like a popular genre like it used to be.
Mm-mm.
It
which
really
bums me
isn't.
out.
Well, it's because Guitar Hero just like beat it into the ground with a million releases. Anyway, go ahead, Stan.
I don't know. I think for a rhythm game to be successful, you have to have community content. That's the big thing about Beat Saber. Beat Saber for PC would not have the player base it had or the online popularity that it has without the community content that's available. Like all the Beat Saber streamers are modded out. Like they've got the third person camera view, they've got customized sabers, they've got access to like unlimited custom songs pretty much. But like the vanilla game, they're like when I first bought it, I don't think they'd even started releasing song packs. So they were like 15 or 20 songs, I think,
Not
So
for
enough.
$20. And then you could just go get more for free. And then they like that was broken and the mod team stopped for a while and now they're doing it again. So it's cool.
Now that you mentioned
That's
Sorry.
pretty bad, though. I would say that Rock Band literally had no community stuff, and it was really popular.
No, that's what I was just gonna say. There was community stuff in Rock Band, which is crazy for its time. Like, you know what I mean? That's early, pre 2010, before monetization was a huge thing, and like, especially on console, like console community involvement is very low. Like, think of Steam Workshop. Like in computers, it's really easy, and mods are a big thing. So Rock Band had like officially released downloaded songs, but then they also had like community release downloaded songs. So you could find like more obscure songs. So like the hardest song I have is a community release song on Rock Band. And it was from like a band I'd actually like seen in concert and knew. So like you could get a lot of hardcore music where like you needed double bass pedals to play on Rock Band because there was community people who released that stuff. And I thought that was one of the coolest things ever.
How did they do that?
There was just two different marketplaces whenever you went to go buy DLC at Rock Band.
But how did they make it?
That's a great question. I do not know.
Yeah,
Can you
that's
imagine
kinda
if there's
more
like a
so what I
level
meant.
builder that they're like fiddling around with on their PlayStation 3?
Yeah, but there would be a level builder included with the game.
They're what?
There probably wasn't a level, make your own song kind of thing in the game.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's a really interesting question.
Well, I mean, here's the thing about a rhythm game. I feel like the game is there, like the engine is there to take care of all the sequencing. It's going to take care of all the collisions and all that nonsense. So, like, wouldn't all you have to do is give it a song and tell it like where the blocks are supposed to be?
yeah,
make
it seems
the
really
chart.
easy. Like, would they do
That
it on
seems-
the computer and then submit it to them? Like,
Yeah.
they'd have to like hack the game, or do you like reach out to the developer and be like, "Hey, I need the mod kit. Like, I need to be able to
So
make music to submit."
there's always been, at least from what I personally remember from the Xbox 360 and forward, I think there was always at least a little bit of like development resources available to the community around the Xbox. Because I think I remember in like 2010-ish when Microsoft released like the general availability Xbox 360 dev kit plugin for like Visual C++, whatever, Visual Studio
That was a
or
mouthful.
something. Yeah, it was like one of their development suites.
Gotcha.
And you could just like start a new project, and you had to get I think you had to register for a developer account with Microsoft, and then they would give you like your own dev kit, but they would like track it because they take that stuff pretty seriously.
Dev kits are wild. Oculus.
Do you guys remember? I want to say it was probably about 3 or 4 years ago now. I read something on Reddit, and this was around the time I was working on my Xbox. So that's how I know what time it was. Someone got like a dev kit of the original Xbox, which was pretty much just the same. The same motherboard in like a desktop tower with a regular CD drive modded to run those discs. And then I think they had better hardware too. And it came with the original hard drive, and I think the guy said that he wiped the hard drive without thinking to restore anything on it, and then just rebuilt a new computer inside the case. Like, imagine, and I remember reading the comments on Reddit, someone said, imagine if there was like a pre-alpha build of Halo on there. Because Halo
That'd be worth
has a
millions.
really, well, yeah, it'd be worth a lot, but it has a really unique history. So originally it was going to be way different. It was going to be like third person, and you're going to start on the ring, and the plot was going to be totally different. You were just going to be a Marine and not a special guy. It was going to release for Mac first, and then Microsoft nabbed it as a release title.
Dude, could you imagine playing a Halo game where you weren't Chief?
No.
Well, I mean ODST, but you're still like OP.
Halo 5.
What are you in Halo 5?
Other Spartans?
I was like, I don't know.
Oh, well, you're still a Spartan. Okay, sorry. Let me rephrase my thing. Imagine playing a Halo game where you're not a Spartan. Like, you're ODST and ODST, but they're pretty fucking powerful still, too.
Just walking around as a regular grunt.
Dude, we need to go
No
play
thanks.
ODST. This campaign, I'm pretty sure that's out of my Street collection now.
It is.
Could we please go play that sometime soon?
No, we're playing Phasmagoria,
play-
man.
We got to play 2 and 3 first.
Yeah, guys, let's get on this. What's happening, Foz and Stan?
Actually, 1, 2, and 3. No, we can't do 1, 2, and no, we can't even do 2 because
Pretty sure it's 4-player on Chief Collection.
no.
Me and you will play it, Foz.
Okay.
Deal. You heard it here, podcast. Don't let him let me down.
I'm down with that.
Sorry, I was
No,
reading on
He
the
let you down.
page.
You gonna
Tell
be
me
like,
what I've
"I'm
gotta
gonna
play."
pub.
What do I have to go play?
I'm buying you pub, Foz.
Halo ODST, I think.
I have it.
I don't know.
I liked Firefight in ODST.
I'm just
That
not
was
a,
cool. I
I'm
like that a lot.
just not a huge fan
So-
of Halo. Is that
Fucking
Yeah, but-
Horde.
So let me skip this back a bit. From Halopedia, before Xbox and before the release of Halo Combat Evolved, there was a game that was originally announced for the Mac and PC as a third-person shooter referred to as Halo. Halo was going to be like a third-person shooter, and I think you were just going to be it says it was going to be a myth-style strategy game, then it turned into a third-person shooter, and then they just went straight to FPS for the console.
Is it wrong of me to say that I'm not a huge fan of Halo?
No.
No.
Okay.
People don't like the time to kill in Halo, but I grew up with Halo. I met my fucking boy, one of my best friends down there. Up there to my right. I don't know where he's at.
He's above
Fuck.
Yes, sir. If it wasn't for Halo, this whole thing would never happen.
Yep.
you. All those years ago.
I would say what I was gonna say because Firefight reminded me of it. I always fucking love the horde mode in Gears of War 2 and 3. I would play that like on LAN with my friends like all fucking night, dude. We do all 50 levels.
I played with you and we did all 50 levels in one city one time.
You did.
I got that game or I rented that game one time or something because you were big into it. So I got it. And that's what we played a lot of was Horde. We played through the whole campaign and Horde. That's what I'm talking about. Being a kid, I used to just fuck it. We're gonna blow through games, no problem. An adult, it's like, we're gonna get through a few levels. It's getting late. Stan's getting off. He's not here, so I'm gonna hop off too.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it is for me. That's why I always play those, like, Oxygen Not Included or Darkest Dungeon type thing, where it's just I play till I get bored of it and then move on, I guess.
At least you can save those games and come back.
Yeah.
By yourself. I don't know. I feel like we all played together a lot. We were playing together every single night. And then we went really big into like single player games, kind of playing our own stuff, which I think is totally cool to just hang out with you guys while I play my own game.
Yeah.
But then now I feel like we're trying to get back into, or we always had something we'd kind of play together, but not commonly. But now I feel like pub's bringing it back. Like, all right, you guys are on, we're playing some pub. Because Logan's back now. He's been like, let's play some pub.
Has he been on a bunch?
He has. He's back from the dead.
He is just for pub. That's what I'm saying. I'm buying you pub, Foz. When I get paid, you're getting pub.
Whether you want it or not, you're getting it.
Yeah.
Pubbed.
Don't struggle.
Dang dirt bike making me broke.
Worth it. Pit bike, by the
Total
way.
worth. It's still a dirt bike. It will be a pit bike.
Honestly, I thought it would be a little smaller. Just a little bit.
No, I'm really happy with my purchase.
No, I think it's cool. Hey. Don't, hey, I like it. But I thought it'd be a little smaller, that's all.
It's gonna be a lot bigger here after winter. Enough pit bike talk. We're not a pit bike stream. We're video games.
Why aren't we a pit bike stream?
I don't know, my dad literally said that. I was telling him last week, I was like, hey, I've got to, we can't ride too late tonight. And he goes, why, a podcast? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, we'll make a podcast, just me and you, father, son, pit bike stream. We're going to talk about pit bikes. And I'm like, Dad, you are just getting into this hobby. You only dirt bike before. And it's like, I know nothing. I just bought this because you were buying one. You asked if I wanted one. I said, sure. So it's like, it's a big sure. I mean, I spent $3,000 on the Sun gun, so it's like, I don't know. I knew it'd be fun, and I definitely love it now. Like, it's a good time. I literally talked about this beforehand, so we didn't talk about it here. Why'd you bring it up?
Ripping and dipping.
Ripping and dipping, baby.
Hell yeah, brother.
Win
For those of you who don't know, pit bikes are kid-sized dirt bikes turned into fit an adult. But it's like a less dangerous riding of dirt bikes. The dirt bikes are very dangerous and insane if you're really riding.
Dane, I've never met a mountain I couldn't climb.
Hey, man. You do you.
Every time I see a mountain, I'm already at the top of it. Or a hill.
I only see mountains under me.
Yeah.
Shit's getting deep, boys. Shit's getting deep.
Pause is deep.
I want to play Genshin Impact. I know we've been talking about it.
MX vs ATV Off-Road Fury 2.
What?
Something about ATV Off-Road Fury 2. I don't know.
Oh, Unleashed?
Yeah, I don't know.
Hell yeah, dude. We'll play that. Dude, I bet you could emulate that game.
If I'm gonna emulate anything, we're gonna figure out an online mod for Dark Alliance. We're gonna play that together.
Ooh. No. Baldur's Gate 3 is coming out.
Yeah, but the gameplay is 100% like Divinity.
150% Divinity 2 Original Sin. That's like...
I don't think that's a bad thing.
No, it's not. I love Divinity 2.
I just want the simple gameplay of magic button, attack button.
Games evolve, Cam. We must evolve with them.
No. Please.
That game evolved while also using taking a step back. You know what I mean?
Divinity, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it literally took a step back to turn-based combat, but evolved.
A lot.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's very unique.
Dude, I want to play Baldur's Gate 3 so bad.
It's out right now for early release.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
40 hours of content.
I'll just wait for the full thing.
I don't have patience.
Not a big early access guy. If you want to play it early access, I'm down.
No, I'm probably not. I mean, I might play it, but I'm not going to pay full price for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Who
I
does
don't, remember,
that?
I don't remember the last time I played
We don't do that here.
paid for a game full price.
I feel like this would be worth it to you, full price, Idane, for how much you like Divinity.
Probably, yes, but I refuse to do it.
Worth.
I'd probably pay full price for a game if I was really, really excited.
I play full price for games. I have no issue with that. On launch day,
They're gonna
If
be
it's
like $70 now.
no, that cannot be the common.
Yeah,
$70 gonna be the new standard for
yeah.
why?
Yeah.
I
When
mean,
did this? How did I miss this?
because you're busy playing PUBG, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, we're busy over here where games are only even considerable when they're near $30.
Yeah.
PUBG is $30.
Right. That's like about where the scale ends for me. Like above that, I'm like, wait for it.
Okay, but time out. So is that really a thing? It's not. It's
We-
kind of killing me.
I don't think it's
I was
implemented
just
right
on
now.
GameStop's website. Let's look.
I don't think every game will be that much, but yes.
That's what I'm getting at. Every game, or is it just some cunt company that's trying to be like, okay, well, our
Some
games are
cunt
$70.
company. I like that.
Are there even games for the Xbox Series X out?
No,
It's
no.
yeah, I looked up the lineup.
Yeah,
and
so
it's
Call of
bad.
Duty Black Ops Cold War, $70.
Boom.
Halo Infinite listed.
Are you
for
sure that's not
$2.
a special
That's
edition for
exciting.
70?
I am very certain.
Special
'cause
edition would be $100, Cam.
Balan.
You're hurting me,
Wonderworld,
guys.
Is there
60.
is there another game stand that's 70 other than Call of Duty? Because Call of Duty doesn't count.
Halo Infinite is listed
Okay,
at
what
70, so that's
about-
like the
Why did you tell me about this?
I just ruined his night.
Yeah, I'm not sleeping and I'm gonna be pissed.
Oh wow, guys, did you know there's a release date for Halo Infinite on the store page?
What is?
December 31st, 2021.
Oh,
Oh, you got another year there, big boy.
2021. When did Halo 5 come out?
Years
Halo
ago.
6 Infinity is supposed to be a launch title for the Xbox. So they're waiting a whole extra year now.
Yeah. It took them 6 fucking years.
What a bunch of assholes.
I don't know if it launches on
Dude,
PC day of, I'll probably pay full price even if it is $70, just because
dude.
I'm pissed about it, but I want to try it really bad.
$70 is a lot for a video game.
I understand.
Here's the thing with Halo Infinite for me. I am anticipating a huge flop of a launch.
You think so?
I just don't think there's any way to do it right after all this, especially knowing like I think Xboxes are kind of buggy anymore. Like especially the Xbox One, like playing the Master Chief Collection on the Xbox One, like just trying to get in a lobby sometimes I was like trying to guess what the hell was going on and I'm like, how do I even like fully exit the game and restart it without just ripping the power out of this thing? So here for me, I've been really excited for Halo Infinite because I like the special edition like Halo decorative consoles.
Oh yeah, they're legit, dude.
So I want to get like the Halo Infinite Edition Xbox Series X when it comes out. And I guess this is kind of cool because there actually may be like a new form factor for it. I'm hoping that like in another couple months they'll announce like the Xbox Series XS or something, like the Slim or the Light. I don't know. So there could be like, you know, a different form factor because the block is kind of gross. I don't understand the need for that.
It looks cool.
And I just imagine like December 31st too. Really? Even December 31st is such a shit launch date. Why would you skip out on December?
Let's just say it's
25th?
going to be late in 2021. I don't think that actually means the 31st. Because it's the last day of the year.
Yeah. I feel like if you're going to be waiting until next year, you have to launch on Black Friday weekend in the US for sure.
I think
Like that would just be like if they're gonna sit on it for that long, they may as well figure out a plan and actually release it at a decent time because they already missed the launch title window.
I think the Xbox Series X looks like a router that your provider would give you.
You mean the PlayStation 5?
No,
No.
it legitimately looks like a
No, the
like
Xbox
a
Series
model
X.
of the Xbox Series X legitimately looks like a model of Technicolor router that Mediacom gives people in my area.
Yep.
I have the Xbox Series X looks like a fridge.
Yeah.
That's.
I mean, I guess it's all right that they want to do something a little different. I feel like they should have just taken that energy and applied it to the controller because it looks like an Xbox One controller but cheaper to make.
Oof.
Well,
I mean, here's what I'm saying. I don't have one handy and I don't want to go looking for one. But actually I know where it is.
okay, I have mine here. Hello. For people viewing us on YouTube, this is an Xbox One controller.
So you see how at the top surrounding like the Xbox home button, there's
do.
like an indent.
Yeah.
The whole surface of the front of this is just smooth. So there's no indent at the top. It's just all plastic, and the only features are the buttons.
Wow.
So
I
don't know. I think it makes them look weird.
I think this is the Xbox One controller is probably the favorite controller I've ever used.
I really like the Xbox One controller too. And it
For controller use. So I can't even stand controllers.
Nope. Mouse and
Well, no.
keyboard.
What's your
100%.
favorite controller? Okay, but what's your favorite controller?
The Nintendo 64 controller.
GameCube's pretty fucking dope.
Nope.
Guys.
The GameCube controller. 100%.
I don't-
I was
I don't-
memeing. The GameCube's really fucking good.
There's a reason that it's been released on every Nintendo console since the GameCube.
I don't know what this button on this controller does, but just looking at it, it looks like they put a share button on the controller.
Xbox share, please.
The Xbox One already has a share button.
The PS4 had that too, yeah.
Yeah. As I say, new consoles already have this.
Xbox share that
there-
shit.
So maybe I'm wrong, but there's a third button in the middle. There's a third button like right here where my index finger like thumbnail is below the other two. So there's like menu, what I'm used to calling back, and then there's something under it. It's like I don't know.
A share button.
The
So it kinda
anatomy of
looks-
controllers.
It looks like a send to button. It's like an open rectangle at the bottom with an arrow pointing up. Or like the curly bracket on your keyboard next to the backslash,
Mm-hmm.
but like that laying down with an arrow above it.
You're getting very
Why?
specific.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
it.
Well, I mean,
We're console gamers using controllers.
I feel like that's going to be something really stupid and annoying that no one wants. I feel like that's going to be the Bixby button of Xbox Series X.
They always
I
try
have-
to be so innovative and just like
So
give me something that works. What the
this
fuck are
isn't
you
at
guys
all.
doing?
This is not at all related, but like, so I'm carrying a phone for work this week. It's a Galaxy like S10.
They're
And,
memeing on you.
So am I.
Okay.
Remember in Mario Party the button mash games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You take your.
No.
Ah!
Fun fact. You ready for this one? So there were a couple of the mini games where you had to spin the stick really fast.
On the fucking N64,
Yeah,
that
and-
burn your hand. You get callous.
Burn a hole
Yeah.
into your hand. Well, actually, I mean, I'm interested to see how much they are now. But if you called and complained to Nintendo, they'd send you a Mario glove to put on your hand.
Really?
Yeah.
Fantastic. I've never heard that.
I'm not. It might not be Mario. It might have been just like a Mario type glove. But they
It's
said
just like
it was a Nintendo glove that they would send to you, regardless.
Nintendo, I am burning my hand. I'm gonna sue you if you don't send me some PP.
maybe they were the
some
leftover.
protection.
Maybe they were the leftover gloves for that like robot thing they made once. Didn't that have gloves on it? A little Nintendo boy.
Power glove.
Or maybe
You had
that's
to get-
it.
You
Yeah.
had to get real sexual with your controller if you wanted to win those mini games.
Is that a 360 controller?
It looked like
No.
it.
No,
Yeah, it looked like a 360.
No.
I didn't care. I mean, it was just no.
Has anybody here played with the Steam controller? Because I have one of those
Yeah, I
over
have
there.
one. They're silly.
I'm really not a fan. The trackpad was just a shit move. It's like, let's take the worst part of gaming on a laptop and put it on the worst part of gaming on a console.
Yeah, why would you guys buy that when you could just use different controller?
So I was really excited for it. I just didn't know how bad it was going to be, and I was really excited for Steam Link too.
Because typically anything that Steam does is usually engineered or done very well.
Fair.
I mean, everything they did was implemented well. It was cool. It just I didn't want it. Just the way they took it, I guess. With the trackpad that doesn't fit anything. If anything, what if modular controllers were a thing?
That'd be really interesting.
That would be super cool because like for whoever Valve thinks needed that trackpad feature, what if there was like a replaceable like right analog stick area?
That's what I say. So are we doing like chunks of controllers so you can replace like the hand
Yeah.
grips?
So well,
And
I
then
would
there'd be like on the hand grips would be like, do you want your D-pad or your buttons or your sticks there? And then there'd be a top section.
Are you falling asleep over there while you laying down?
Who?
You.
you're
I'm
nearly
just
right.
slouched in my chair. Oh,
But yeah,
that's
so
fine.
imagine if there was just like a circular cutout behind each like individual like set of components. So like one here, one behind the buttons, one behind that, like, and then like a home button panel, and then you have like easily replaceable like grips here. That'd be pretty cool. Because then like for the people who don't like the asymmetrical design of the thumb grip or the analog sticks on Xbox Ones, what if they could just move it like where they
Okay.
prefer it be?
Well, let me get a little sappy here. Have you guys seen like how good of a job Xbox has done with like helping disabled people use controllers? Like they have this thing that looks like it's a big square and you can basically just add on all these different types of things to just help you like play the game. And then they have like a whole software on their consoles already that helps you configure everything to like meet your needs. Like that's awesome as hell.
It's
Mhm.
super accessible, dude. I saw like a kid who was like basically like a quadriplegic, like half my age. He was like playing Fortnite in like his chair, dude. It was super cool.
That's
It
awesome.
was super fucking awesome. Yeah.
We're a feel good stream.
Shout out, yeah, Feel Good Thursday. Shout out,
Thursday.
shout out to Microsoft for doing something good for once. So are we good?
I'm good.
We haven't picked one topic all night long. We've just been ripping. We've been
Hey, sometimes that's how it is. How we roll.
yeah.
That's
You
what I
got
want.
topic, Foz?
No, that's literally what I wanted us to do. Like this episode, that was the goal, and we did it. So hey, shout out to us.
Go team! Yay!
But do you have a topic? I don't want to stop yet.
It's about 2 hours, so we're gonna wrap it up. I'll save it for next time. How about that?
Perfect.
So anyways, like always, thank you guys so much for joining me and talking about me. It's like my favorite part of the week, as I always say. And I'm glad we could leave it on a good note. Yay Microsoft, yay accessibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah. That's all I got.
Game.
Make sure to comment, like, share, and subscribe.
leave a comment. Like actually, legitimately, like don't do any other stuff. Whatever, do what you want, but leave a comment. I would love to see a comment. I would love to get some feedback for sure.
100%.
Yeah, feedback would be sick.
Yeah,
It would be super easy to get first comment on one of these videos. Just
Yeah, you can get all of them. You can get all of them.
Literally be first on all of them. Just don't be generic YouTube guy that just says first.
First,
Please say
yeah.
something good.
or do.
I
No,
guess
but I want some feedback. So
I'd love feedback. Feedback from someone that's not us four. We try to give each other feedback, but I need audience feedback. Sons of guns.